and we are reading fourth verse. So Krishna's chastisement, small chastisement is got over, which he did in second and third verse, and now Arjun again arguing back with the Krishna in the fourth verse. So we'll be seeing what he'll be telling and how he has to counteract Krishna's argument. He told that you are becoming an Aryan, you are not taking care of the higher principles of life, you will be degrading yourself. Why you are degrading yourself? Come up again, fight. So Krishna gave all those kind of reasoning to Arjuna. But now let us see what Arjuna has to tell, what Arjuna has to defend, how Arjuna has to defend himself in this situation. So we'll be covering two verses today, 2.4 and 2.5. अर्जुन उवाच कथं भीष्मम् अहं सङ्ख्ये द्रोणं च मधुसूदन इषुभिः प्रतियोत्स्यामि पूजाराः अरिसूदन. Translation. Arjuna said, O killer of enemies, O killer of Madhu, how can I counteract with arrows in battle men like Bhishma and Drona, who are worthy of my worship? Purport. Respectable superiors like Bhishma, the grandfather, and Dronacharya, the teacher, are always worshipable. Even if they attack, they should not be counteracted. It is general etiquette that superiors are not to be offered even a verbal fight. Even if they are sometimes harsh in behavior, they should not be harshly treated. Then how is it possible for Arjuna to counteract them? Would Krishna ever attack his own grandfather Ugrasena or his teacher Sandipani Muni? These were some of the arguments offered by Arjuna to Krishna. So we'll chant this verse also. Guru ahatva hi mahanubhavan shreyo bhoktum bhiksham apiha loke hatvartha kamastu gurum iha iva bhunjiya bhoganudira pradignan. Translation. It would be better to live in this world by begging than to live at the cost of the lives of great soul, who are my teachers. Even though desiring worldly gains, they are superiors. If they are killed, everything we enjoy will be tainted with blood. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. According to scriptural codes, a teacher who engages in an abominable action has lost his sense of discrimination, is fit to be abandoned. Bhishma and Drona were obliged to take the side of Duryodhana because of his financial assistance, although they should not have accepted such a position simply on financial consideration. Under the circumstances, they have lost the respectability of teachers, but Arjuna thinks that nevertheless they remain his superiors, and therefore to enjoy material profit after killing them would mean to enjoy spoils tainted with blood. So, now after getting chastisement from Krishna, Arjuna is bringing out real reason why he should not fight. He had been giving many reasons in the first chapter, as we have seen. Many different arguments he had given, that this will happen, that will happen, compassion, that family will get destroyed, the women will get contaminated, there will be nobody to take care of family lineage, family tradition. But Krishna told it is your duty to fight. Arjuna, why you are thinking of all these things? You are a Kshatriya, you should fight. But now Arjuna is telling here that, oh my dear Lord, how can I counteract with arrows the men like Bhishma and Drona? So basically his main point of not killing was attachment, was respect for Bhishma and Drona. He says, who are worthy of my worship. So you are asking me to kill somebody who is worthy of my worship? You are asking me to kill Dronacharya, who is my teacher? You are asking me to kill Bhishma, who is my grandfather? He has been like a child taking care of me in the absence of my father Pandu. So how can you even? Yes, I am a Kshatriya. I am not important. I am not an Aryan. But how can I kill Bhishma and Dronacharya? Then Prabhupada writes in the purport that Arjuna calling Krishna as Madhusudana is a very important statement he is making. So Madhusudana is a name of Krishna. He gets by killing the demon known as Madhu. So Sudana means killing, Madhu means that demon. So Krishna was the killer of demons, enemies. So Kshatriya also supposed to be killing the enemies. But Krishna is asking him to kill his own grandfather and teacher. How can he do that? So in indirect way, Arjuna is telling to Krishna, okay, my dear Lord, you have killed Madhusudana, but would you have ever considered killing your grandfather? Would you have ever considered killing your teacher? You would have not considered it. But in so you killed them, you killed the demons because they were your enemies. You would have never killed your grandfather, you would have never killed your teachers. So why you are asking me to kill my teacher and my grandfather? So that is his argument. So in the next verse he says that it is better to live on begging. So being a Kshatriya is not supposed to be begging and living. Begging and living is a job for a Brahmanas, not for Kshatriyas. So he is telling, yes, as a Kshatriya I cannot rule the kingdom, I cannot have anything to rule. So, but I am ready to live without any kingdom, I am ready to live without any land simply by begging. But I don't want to kill these great souls who are my teachers and who are my grandfather. You see what at till to what point Arjuna has gone to, that he is ready to beg and live. It is said for a Kshatriya, it is better to die than to beg. It is better to die than not to rule any kingdom. For a Vedic traditional Kshatriya. But here he is telling, I am ready to beg, but I cannot kill my teachers, my grandfather, my teachers. So you can imagine how much of pain Arjuna must be undergoing in his heart. How much troubled he would be, how much emotionally, you know, completely devastated in that sense. He do not have anything to look forward now. So he's telling, I cannot do it. Just I cannot do it. That's all. So this emotion of Arjuna and this situation of him gives a very beautiful understanding. Makes us realize that what we can learn out of it and why Arjuna is feeling like this and how we also have to feel same way at one point of time or other. So it is said that in each one of our life we aspire to achieve so many things at different levels, in different timings, in different phases of our life. We aspire to have different things. Like we aspire to have good physical beauty. That I should look beautiful. I should have muscular body. I should have six packs ab. I should have that kind of figure. This kind of thing. I should have so much. I should have that good body. I should maintain my house. I should have a big car. I should have big bungalow. Everything should be good for me to live peacefully. Everything should be good for me to live comfortably in this world. So I try to acquire all these things. I try to aspire to have those things in my life. Then we tend to have a lot of relationships in this world. So it gives me emotional pleasure. It gives me emotional comfort. So we tend to make many relationships. We have a relationships between husband wife. We have a relationship between father mother. We have a relationship between teachers and student. Then friendship. Then brothers sisters. So we tend to maintain all those relationships in our life for a reason. So that I feel comfortable in me, that there is somebody to take care of me. So if you see the common principle in any of those relationships is that I feel comfort, I feel secured, or I feel that yes, there is somebody to take care of me, there is somebody to listen to me. Then we try to acquire a lot of knowledge, worldly knowledge of this world. We try to do bachelors, we try to do masters, we try to do PhD. We keep There's a hunger of knowledge inside me. It can be of different kind, but yes, there is a lot of desire to acquire a lot of knowledge in my system. Then we have, at one point of time or other, we want to have some position in our life. I want to get some position, some name, some fame, or something like that. Maybe I want to become head of this society. I want to become head of the country. I want to become head of this society. So many things can keep coming. I want to become something of this in this association, so that I gain some respect, I gain some name, I get some adoration from other people, I get some position in the society. So all those things we always keep chasing in our life that nobody can deny, either all of them or either some of them. And we feel that a lot of happiness and a lot of pleasure is going to be derived from all those things. But you see, the point is, in this world of duality, nothing comes free, or every coin has two sides to it. So although we may aspire to achieve a lot of big things in our life, we may try to maintain our body, we may try to maintain our relationships, we may try so many things. But the point is, at one point of time or other, I have to give up everything. I have to just let go of things. It may be people, it may be things, let's say beauty. So for how long you can enjoy this bodily features? How long you can enjoy this good physical stout body? For how long? At one point of time you have to just give it up. The strongest of the person cannot say that I am going to have same body, same strength, same endurance whole of my lifetime. No, nobody can say like that. So one day they'll be weak, one day they cannot even stand for themselves, one day somebody has to give them help to to even do their basics things. And so it may be about relationships, people. So although people can be with us whole of our lifetime, but can they be with us once we die? Either they have to go away in our life at this point of time only, or anyway any point in time in this life when I'm living. Or let's say they're very loyal, they're very trustworthy, they're very very committed to you, but at the end of life I have to just let them go, or they have to let us go. Then what do you talk about knowledge? No matter how much knowledge you gain in this world, you would not take even a iota of knowledge will not help you when you will be in a traumatic situation of facing the end of your life. I may sound very pessimistic, I may sound to be talking about death. It is very, people say talking about death is a very not auspicious, it is inauspicious. But no, it is a hard fact, it's a hardcore reality of life. You have to face it one day. All of us have to face it one day. So that point of time, no matter how much knowledge you have, or no matter how much knowledge doctors may have about medical science, we cannot be saved from any amount of knowledge. Then you talk about position. No matter I may be Prime Minister whole of my lifetime, but where is Atal Bihari Vajpayee now? Where is Mahatma Gandhi? Where is Jawaharlal Nehru? They were ruling at some point of time, but we don't even talk about them. And they do not know where are they now. They don't even know. They would be in some other kind of body. They don't even know that in my previous life I was President of India. I was Prime Minister of India. They may be living in India only in their next life, but they would not even think. You see how things get slips on start getting slip off from my hand. So this when we develop attachment for any of these things, and when we have to let them go, it's very painful. Let's suppose, for an example, you have purchased an iPhone 11X, whatever the new brand is there, and you have been using it from last 1.5 year now. And one fine day you was going to you came back from office, and you found that iPhone was not there with you now. It has been lost. It got lost. Or it has been stolen. How much pain we feel in our heart? How much we feel, it has gone. We tried each and every way to take it back in our life, to bring that object back in our life, but we cannot do it. So similarly, you feel this body itself. The longest time which we spent in any of these things in this world is our body itself, because we are born in this body, we are running this body, our body keeps growing, and we have same body whole of our lifetime. So we develop a kind of attachment with this body. And they even say that self-preservation is the first principle. So any problem comes, you have to first preserve yourself. There's a natural tendency in us, because we have a lot of attachment with our body. It means that we care for this body. Anything wrong happens, then we try to rebel, we try to resist it. But imagine you have to give up this body itself. How much pain you have to undergo. One mobile phone For 1 year you have been using, it is there with you, how much pain we feel just by losing it, and that you can get it back, new phone. That is, there is no issue in that. But you talk about this life, about this body itself. We are not going to get it back, and we have been spent most amount of our time with this body. See how much pain you have to undergo. So similar pain, if you see, Arjuna is experiencing now. His teacher has been teaching him, his grandfather has been taking care of him. So he has lot of attachment for them. So he is not able to fight. He is not able to let them go. He is not able to. He is not able to see that what if they are not living with me. It is becoming unbearable for him at this point of time for Arjuna. So similarly for us also, it is gonna be same situation. We are also gonna be in Arjuna's situation at one point of time or other in our life. So how we are gonna deal with it? It's very difficult situation. There is one very beautiful story which I would like to narrate in this context. So what happens? There was one merchant, and this merchant was a very rich merchant, very rich, powerful person, and he was having four wives. And for with first wife he was very much attached. Whatever he used to do with his wife, first wife. He used to go around, go to the movie, go to the parks. Whatever desire first wife had, he used to fulfill. Then he had second wife. He was good enough, good in good terms with second wife. He used to respect her. He used to give whatever she wanted. He used to also spend some amount of time with second wife also. So for third wife also he was in good terms. He was well behaved with her, and time to time he used to take care of her and everything. But with fourth wife he was very rude. He don't used to give any food to her. He don't used to ask how are you doing. Is there anything you require, or is there anything what can I do for you as a husband? No, completely barren, completely left out wife. So one fine day he comes to know that he is having kidney cancer and is in fourth stage. Unfortunately, he cannot be saved, and he has only 2 months to live. Then now he was thinking, okay, now he was planning. He was a merchant. He was a kind of business minded. He thinks that a lot of thing I have invest in my life up to different things upon. So let me see if I can take something along with me. Let me plan something after this life. So he asked his first wife, "My dear wife, I have been spending a lot of time with you. Now it's a difficult time for me. I'll be left out alone after this life. So I want you to accompany me after this life, after death." So she says, "No, I cannot come. I'll go back from the place I have come." So this merchant just become devastated. His mind becomes so in pain, so much of sorrow. Already he was having a lot of pain because of his health. Because of that, he's gonna spend only 1 or 2 months in this world, and his pain got more aggravated because of first wife response. Then, with very heavy heart, he moved to second wife. Then he asked, can you please come with me because first wife is not coming." So the second wife says, "Yeah, I wish I could come, but I can come with you only till graveyard. I cannot come with you beyond that point." Then he become again morose, become completely pale, and lot of anxiety keeps running in. And he moves to third wife. And third wife says, "You see, I am very young now. Why I have to bother with about you? There are so many husbands, like there's a line of people who are there with me. And at any point of time you just die, I'll be with them." So his life is completely shattered. He wished to die at that point of time itself. He didn't want to live even one moment now. Then in the corner of the room, fourth wife, very feeble voice came, "My dear husband, I will come with you." Then he start crying and crying. He start, for the fourth wife I did nothing, and she's the one who's gonna come with me. And these three wives on whom I have been spending my whole life, they're not coming with me now. So there was no limit of his pain in his heart. So if you realize, each one of us have four wives. So can anybody tell who is the first wife? Can anybody guess who is the first wife? Yeah, Our first wife is our body. Our body, whole of our life, we have been taking care of it. But it has come from earth, water, fire, air, ether. It will again go back to earth, water, fire, air, ether. Then our second wife is our relatives, our society, our children, our whoever in relation with us. So till what point they can come with us? They can come only to the point of graveyard. After that, they cannot continue with us. We have to live our own life, our own journey. We have to go forward. Then third wife is who told that there is I am still young and there is big line of people standing to gain my company. Third wife is our property, is our wealth, is our whatever possessions we have, whatever thing we have earned in this life. There are people who are waiting when this person will die, when we'll have all those wealth with us. There are situations like that when people is been killed for their property because their son wanted, their daughter wanted, all this kind of thing. We keep hearing these kind of stories. But our fourth wife is the one who we never take care of, is the culturing of real consciousness, is a devotional service, is a something which is to begin at a atma level, which is to begin at spiritual level, our spiritual credits. So only that thing is going to save you, and that itself we are not culturing. So you can imagine what kind of situation we are going to be in once we are going to face the hardcore reality of life. And nowadays in this situation of COVID, it's very evident to us. People of all ages, it can be adult, it can be in any age group. There is so much of unpredictability in the life now itself. It's a very good time for us to understand, very good time for us to reflect that what am I doing with my life? At any point of time, anything can happen. And it is not about thinking negatively, it is about thinking rightly. So I'm not saying that we should not spend time in taking care of our family, in taking care of our body, in not earning money. But my point is, in due course of time, I have to develop side by side a kind sense of detachment from them. A knowledge, spiritual knowledge, and spiritual strength, and spiritual assets, so that I get attached to higher version of a life that is at a spiritual level, and I start seeing the reality. I don't become overly attached with the thing which is coming out of my body itself, and the thing which come out of this body. What comes out of the body? Children's comes out of the body. My wealth comes out of the hard work of this body. So all those things comes out of my body. So we are attached to the body and the things which are coming out of the body. So slowly we have to start developing the sense of detachment from this bodily paraphernalia, so to say, so that we are not in that situation of unbearable pain at the end of life. At least we'll have some sense that yes, this was supposed to be like that, and I have gained sufficient thing in my life which will be helping me from now onwards. So who helps us till and the end of our life? All those possessions, maybe your friends, maybe your wealth, maybe then. But what is going to help you after this body? You have to give up this body. So we have to start culturing, we have to start acquiring that wealth also. And if we do not do that, then it's going to be very difficult for us to come across. We'll be in the same situation that Arjuna is in today. In this verse, he's telling, for a Kshatriya, you can imagine, is begging means next to dying. So he's ready to die, not to leave his friends and grandfathers. So you can imagine at what kind of, and he's Arjuna. Arjuna means a great warrior. He has all the Vedic knowledge. He's a person of Dwapar Yoga time, far more advanced in knowledge than us. What would be our situation? You can imagine in Kali Yuga people. So this is what we can understand from this verse. And one more thing, what we can understand that everything in this world can be compared to one thing known as bubble. So whatever possession you have, whatever thing you have in your life, it is just like a bubble which seems to be filled from inside, but it's very flimsy. Just one small prick, all break. Similarly, whatever we may have in our life, just one point in your life wherein the time is not good, everybody will show reality. Even sometime what happens before death only we come to know the reality of life. Some accident happens, some people goes away from our life, something, whatever. So we must be having that experience at one point of time or other in our life. Have to, have to, yes, have to surrender to things. Cannot help doing anything else. So better situation than to surrender to time, than to surrender to those people, is to surrender to the person who is controlling everything. That is Krishna. And it's far better than understanding the words of Krishna and understanding what he is there to, what is he offering in Bhagavad Gita, so that we are not cheated at the end of the life. We know everything as I have done as my duty, and this also I have done as my constitutional duty, so that I can be peaceful at that point of time. And it's a very big thing to be able to be peaceful at that point of time. So for Arjuna, it's very not easy for to be peaceful. His mind is completely shaken up. His hands are trembling. So we should act everything. We should act in our life in such a way that we don't come in a situation which Arjuna is facing at this point of time. So with this few understanding from this verse, we conclude. If anybody have any doubt, any question, anybody wish to ask, or anybody else anything would like to comment, anybody, they can do so. So yeah, things are clearer now. So from 3 more verses we'll read from now onwards. We have come on 2.5. 3 more verses Arjuna will speak, and let us see what he'll be doing in next 3 verses, and how Krishna is going to respond to him from 11th verse onwards. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji,
Yes, Mataji.
can I ask you something?
Yes, Mataji, please.
So they are saying that during the life you should try to gain knowledge about God, so that at the end of time of your life you can pass over easily.
Yeah. So it is a great asset which is going to help us when nobody will help us.
Right.
So that is our real wealth. So you can consider our real wealth, our real thing which we are earning in our life is spiritual knowledge. Apart from that, whatever is there, just I am doing as a matter of duty. Because I have to do, I am in that situation, I am a mother, I am a father, I am an employee, I have to do my duties. There are conditional bound duties. But
Right.
any of these things I am not going to carry with me.
Decrease the attachment also.
Yeah, decrease attachment, at the same time develop attachment for spiritual thing. Because it's not easy to develop detachment from this world. It's very difficult. Although we may know, but we may still get attached. But the positive side is, we'll understand in second chapter itself, that how do we become detached from this world? Not artificially. We become detached from this world by developing attachment, by understanding the reality of life. Not artificially. Because it will be just like a suppression. It is coming out normal to you being attached to your family, but you are thinking, no, how I have to be detached. So
You have to do both the things simultaneously.
yeah. So that we are not skipping our duties. We are not going away from our duty. And at the same time, we are also doing justice to our human form of life. So thank you very much, all the devotees. So we'll meet tomorrow with new topic. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.